Level end, this storm knocking on your doorstep right now. You need to be in your safe place. This is going to be headed towards Opdyke West in between Smyer and Level end right along Highway 114. In case you didn't know, it snowed today and it's still very cold out there. We're going to give you an update on road conditions right now as we take a look here at South University Avenue. 30 degrees in Muleshoe, 26 in Clovis now. Here in the Hub City coming in at 38. We've got those mid and upper 30s going on off the Caprock over portions of the rolling plains. Our system moving through now tracks to our east overnight tonight throughout the day tomorrow. But notice by Monday night here, folks, this is around 10 o'clock in the evening. System number 2 begins to move in. So here's our final forecast for the area. We had the heavier snow totals to our north, lesser snow totals down to our south. And here's what actually happened. This is the exact same storm this evening that produced this large tornado just to the north of Morton by about 6 miles. Should that storm track be even further to the south, we're going to see a mainly snow event for all of our viewing area with a wintry mix just over our southernmost areas. And on the contrast, should that storm system track well enough to our north, looks like most of us south of the Highway 62-82 corridor will see mainly rain. Notice moisture continuing to feed in down from our south. I do think we'll see a bit of a break overnight tonight for central zones, but some more precipitation will be possible through tomorrow morning.
Now, KLBK's first warning weather with Chief Meteorologist Jacob Riley.
We'll go to Monday evening South Plains, and thanks so much for choosing us right here on KLBK. We've got a weather aware day in effect for tomorrow due to a winter storm that's already bringing impacts to portions of the area right now. In fact, let's go ahead and hop outside. Our Bottom Hill Skyview network is starting us off up in Clovis, and you can see there by the reflection of that light, the snow is beginning to mix in with that rain, and it is coming down pretty heavy there for portions of Curry County. But across the region right now, most areas are above freezing, including right there in Clovis. But now that that heavy precipitation has started, we're expecting those temperatures to fall quite quickly. We're down to 33 in Dora, 39 in Tatum, 36 in Hobbs. Eastern New Mexico already seeing a little bit of that rainfall, and as that rain continues to fall, it will continue to cool temperatures, eventually allowing that precip to transition over to all snow. A lot of us, though, still in the 40s. We're down to 40 here in Lubbock, 37 in Plainview, 35 in Tulia, with those mid-40s continuing off the Caprock. Winds are currently out of the east-southeast, helping to still bring in some more of that moisture, but gusts a little strong out there tonight, over 30 miles per hour for some locations. And a good way we can measure just how much moisture we've got in our air is our dew point. So what this is saying is that it would have to be 23 degrees in Lubbock right now in order for us to see any rain or snow. So if you're a snow lover, that's good news, because that means it's certainly low enough for us to still see plenty of cooling here in the Hub City, and that will allow us to see mostly snow as we head into tomorrow morning. Now, across the country, take a look at this. We've got a stretch of over 1,600 miles of active weather alerts extending from western Ohio all the way back down through eastern portions of Arizona. Here in the South Plains, we've got quite a few alerts already in effect, but notice that moisture getting pulled in from our storm system back to the south and east of Tucson. It's in northern Mexico right now, but what's happening, those winds are getting pulled up ahead of the storm system, and that's allowing a lot of lift, which creates moisture for us here in West Texas, and it's going to bring in some snow to the South Plains. Right now, radar is estimating that we're seeing a wintry mix in snow from Littlefield back towards Muleshoe. But again, we just showed you those dew points. It's still pretty dry at the surface. So what this precip is doing is it's moistening up the lower levels of our atmosphere. This is going to happen for the next couple of hours. So I don't expect anything to be making it to the ground right now in Littlefield or Morton or Muleshoe. But again, as that precipitation continues to fall into that dry air and evaporate, it actually moistens up the atmosphere to a point in which we can start to see more of that snow. Again, like we said, we've got a weather aware day in effect for tomorrow. We've got winter storm warnings in effect along into the north of Highway 70. Those are for our pink counties on your screen right now. In that region, up to 6 inches of snow is expected. And folks, that's a half a foot of snow. That's a lot of snow for us to see here in the South Plains. Counties in purple is where our winter weather advisory is currently in effect. And in those counties, we could see snowfall totals as high as 4 inches. Now, as we go forward in time, radar estimating some of this preliminary precip not making it to the ground, but again, moistening up our atmosphere. And by the time 2-3 o'clock rolls around, we'll transition to snow and wintry mix here in Lubbock. We'll see some brief dry pockets here in the system as it continues to move on through, but we will also see some heavier bands. Notice some of these darker blues indicating some of those heavier bands moving through, and if you find yourself under one of those for long enough, you're going to see some locally higher snowfall totals in your area. But notice by 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, precipitation begins to wrap up here in Lubbock, still going on off the Caprock over the rolling plains, and then overnight Tuesday into Wednesday morning, it's going to get cold, folks. We're expecting what's called a flash freeze to occur because temperatures plummet into the teens and 20s overnight. So anything that does melt throughout the day will instantly refreeze overnight and making for a treacherous commute for our early Wednesday morning. So here it is, what everyone cares about. How much snow are we going to see? Well, here in Lubbock, current forecast calls for 3 to 4 inches of snow. Notice 4 to 5 for Aries and Purple, 5 to 6 for northern Swisher, northwestern Briscoe County. But again, should we see some of those heavier bands set up, we will see some locally higher amounts. So Lubbock Metro, though, I think overall 3 to 4 inches is a very reasonable forecast with this storm system. A little less the further south you go, but notice for areas in orange, we have moderate impacts expected to everyday life tomorrow, meaning travel, just going to work, going to school. In fact, we've already got some delays over on our website at everythinglubbock.com of schools and businesses. Minor impacts, though, expected for areas in yellow. The main things, again, we're concerned with is that heavy snow potential. Not really concerned with the power going out or very, very cold temps throughout this event. But again, heavy snow, those bridges and roadways are going to get icy. Download our First Warning Weather app if you don't have it already. You can track the snow as it moves in, watch the most recent forecasts there, and you can also keep up to date with any new alerts that should come out over the next couple of hours. Now, we do keep that weather aware day in effect for tomorrow, Terry. That blue arrow means that high is going to occur at midnight, probably close to 38 degrees, but throughout the day, we'll be lucky to get back up to 34. I honestly think we could stay below freezing, especially if those precipitation rates are heavy enough, but we'll stay below average through Friday. Might get up to 60 Saturday before our next Arctic blast arrives Sunday into Monday of next week.
Just prepare yourselves.
Yeah, all those folks complaining about the warm January, not complaining now.
Nope, we're back to
They're
cold.
not allowed to. They're not allowed to.
That's right.